we now have our official, and yes, I mean official, budget beast for MUT 25 day one. Shout out to EA Sports for updating MUT.gg last night. But let's get right into it. So starting off right away, budget beast wide receiver. EA did a huge W here. They made these uncommon cards, not just the rares, but uncommons also having really good speed. So Brian Thomas Jr., for example, 84 speed at a 75 overall. Same thing with Jameson Williams. Now you might say, 84 speed, that's not that fast. When you look at the fact that the fastest cornerback in the game is 83 speed, the fastest safety in the game is 83 speed, yeah, 84 speed is actually pretty dang fast, and it's a humongous W for EA Sports. We also have Jameson Williams, who has 84 speed. We have a 70 overall Anthony Gold, who has a total of 83 speed, which again, for kickoff returns, for end arounds, for different trick plays, this is absolutely amazing and just will make your life a lot better. Marvin Harrison Jr., for example, 78 overall. Now, the 78 pluses are going to go for a good pretty penny. We just know that because that's just how Madden works. But the 70s and 75s, they actually might be pretty dang good when it comes to price tags. And again, Marquise Brown, 82 speed. I mean, these are all players that are low overall. Probably will be very, very cheap day one. And they're going to be very good speed-wise. I mean, the list goes on and on. Like, it is insane how many players have 81, 82, 83, 84 speed. Especially with the low overalls. Now, will they suffer from some catching ability problems? Potentially. You can run streaks with these guys. You can also run end arounds, kickoff return, punt returns, like all these things, especially with how slow the defense is early on. Great options at the receiver position. Now, it doesn't just go the receiver, though. There's also running back as well. Literally, the fastest running back in MUT 25 is going to be a 71 overall, and that's going to be Isaac here, who again has 83 speed day one. He is literally the co-assistant of Dree Archer's silver card from way back in the day. With how the speed, how fast, or how slow the speed is this year, it's pretty much the same, similar to what that card was. A-Chain has 82 speed, and he is, of course, going to be a 77 overall. We have, going down this list here, Jalen Wright, who's an 82 speed. We have Trey Benson, 81 speed. I mean, again, shout out to EA Sports, because whenever you give us budget beats and you let us be able to create budget squads like this is so, so amazing, because it avoids having to spend any money. So now let's go ahead and talk about offensive linemen. Actually, let's talk about quarterbacks. Because quarterbacks, yes, you got Jaden Daniels at 79 speed. I don't like to look too much into quarterbacks with speed just because I feel like early on, it is good to have a quarterback with good speed, but you don't need like crazy speed because the defense around him is not that crazy. But if you do want speed, you got Anthony Richardson, you got Kyler Murray, and you got Jordan Travis. But what I like to do early on when it comes to budget beast quarterback is I like to look for a couple of stats. Number one is short throw accuracy. Mainly because you're going to probably hit a lot of drags, a lot of slants, especially if your team's not that good. And you're also going to worry about, being able to get out of the pocket. So players like Jaden Daniels, for example, great option here. 75 throw accuracy short and throw accuracy middle is 76. This is going to give you a lot of W's. Now, of course, 74 throw power is not the greatest, but if you're just going to hit slants and drags and run read option, he's actually not a bad option at all. Same thing here with Malik Willis. Again, we're getting a little slower, but still, really good options right there. Now let's talk about the tight end play. So, starting off right away, let's go to run blocking. So, run blocking here. Alright, so run blocking wise, the best tight end is going to be 74 run blocking. Still a pretty good 72 run block, especially early on like this for Scott Daly. You don't even need him as really a receiver. He could just be out there as a run blocker. If you're running stretch plays or, counters or something like that. Pretty good option at the run blocking, spot there. Adam Troutman, also another good option. 72 speed. Has a little bit more of a catching upside than Scott Daly, but still has pretty good option. And then you have right here Will Disley, 76 speed. He has 71 run block, which is absolutely OP as heck. Another really good option right here. Going down this list, let's go ahead and talk about speed at the tight end position. Who is the fastest speed-wise? Where is my speed right there? Okay, so fastest speed-wise at the tight end position. You gotta go down the list a tad bit. There's not as many budget beasts speed-wise, like high overall speed. But you got Jonnu Smith with 81 speed. You got Lawrence Krager here with 80 speed base coming out of the gate. Noah Fant, 80 speed. Taysom Hill, 80 speed. You got, Tanner Connor, 79 speed. So again, a lot of great options early on at tight end that gives you pretty dang good speed for not much of a price tag. I mean, these cards should be very, very manageable when it comes to price tag wise and should help you out a lot. All right, so for my offensive tackle, especially if you're going budget beast here, I like to go with good pass blocking. I like to do it like this. My tackle is good pass blocking. My running backs I like to have as... my running back. My guards I like to have as good run blockers. And in my center, I like to have good awareness. So for left tackles, if you're going for a budget beast type of option, I would probably recommend going Charles Cross here. He's a good option. You also got AC Jackson. You also got Fuaga. Going down this list, and as you go down, you're going to get a little bit worse with the run blocking and pass blocking stats. But still, I mean, you still have some pretty good option, actually. You got 77 pass block, 74 run block on Kendall Lamb. Again, Tyler Guyton, going to be very, very cheap. If you just want a good budget beast at left tackle, I mean, not bad at all. All right, so now let's go to the guard position. This is where I'm going to go more toward run block, because I just like to have run blocking guards. Let's go down this list right here. We got Nate Davis. We got Cleveland. We got Aaron Banks. We got Aaron Stingy, which again, 77 run block early on. Going to be great. Block is not crazy for any player on defense right now, so you don't got to worry about, defense absolutely destroying you, so you should be fine there. Just going through center here. I'm going to kind of go through run block as well for center. There's not as many low overalls that are really good at center. I mean, you do have these two guys at the end here. Pretty good options. 74 overall, shrugs. Again and again. I mean, a lot of good options here. All right, so now let's look at cornerbacks. So cornerbacks here, let's go to speed. And especially early on, what I really like to look at is just great speed corners. I mean, at the end of the day, most players early in the game cannot run correct routes. I'll say they can't run correct routes. They just are not really that good route running. So what's good is you can have a really good speed cornerback early on. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So starting off right away, we have 84 speed on the 70 overall. We have 84 speed on this 73 overall. Obviously, the higher overall you're gonna get, the better you're gonna get, like actual, player wise. But what I like to do is kind of try to mix good zone with good speed. That kind of gives you a better gist of how good or how well you're gonna be able to utilize the player. So, for example, zone coverage wise, if we go down this list here, we have Nate Hobbs, who's a 79. He's gonna be a little bit more expensive because he is a higher overall. And sadly, as we go down here, it looks like zone coverage is kind of beat a little bit. Like the best zone coverage for speed-wise you're going to get is probably Cooper DeJean or Fabian, who has 79 speed. Honestly, this card's not bad at all. 79 speed, 77 zone coverage. For a 76 overall, that's actually pretty legit. Kyle Gordon, 76 speed, 76 zone. 77 speed, 76 zone on Levi Wallace. Christian Benford. I mean, again, not bad options here. Let's look at free and strong safety here. Kind of very similar, except for free and strong safety, I don't really care too much about speed. I care more about just coverage ability because, again, like I said, you know, if a guy gets past you, you're just going to want to, at this point, you know, have a good guy who can actually cover, especially depending on what defenses you're running. But going down this list here, once we get to like 77 zone, that's when we get players like here. We get Jeremy Chin, who should be a good option. We have Eric Harris, who has 80 speed. Okay. He has 76 zone coverage, 63 man. Jalen Mills, who has 76 speed. He has 76 zone coverage. Get another really good option. Von Bell's another really good option here. Again, these freaking cards, man. EA Sports, thank you so much for making budget beats again. I was scared that they were going to go with the cut route and just not give us like any budget beast. These cards are actually very, very usable, especially early on like this. Alright, so let's talk about defensive ends. This is where I do care more about speed than anything, especially early on. It's just getting guys that can get after the running back, cover the stretch plays, cover plays like that. Myles Murphy is a really good option, 74 overall. Sam Williams, another really good option. And again, a lot of these guys, especially early on, you're probably just going to put a lot of these guys on quarterback spies and tell them just to watch the quarterback, especially these mobile quarterbacks in this game. So these guys are really great options just to have as a quarterback spy and kind of just to watch the quarterback and see what they can do. For a block shedding ability, if you are looking for the best block shedding defensive ends, let's go ahead and go down this list here. And for budget beast wise, the best you're probably going to get is this guy right here, Byron Murphy or Floyd. But you're probably not going to get too. If you get really good block shed early on, the problem is you're not getting really good. If you get really good block shed, you're usually not getting really good speed. It's usually like, you know, you have to give up something to get something. Defensive tackles. Budget beast defensive tackle. Henry Anderson's a good option here. He has 77 block shed. Same thing with Zerhan Newton. Or Johnny Newton as his name actually is. You got Devon here. Another really good option here. You got Milton Williams. There is so many good options here. McKinley Jackson for the Bengals. Now let's look at linebackers and left, middle, and right. This is where, again, like I said, I'm looking more towards speed as kind of like a budget type of user here. You can actually use for this guy. But, for example, it's 84 speed for Troy Anderson. Great budget option to actually use. To use the player to like as a use the player. As a player to be able to use her, this is not a bad option at all. 84 speed. Let's go, baby. 84 speed as well. 84 speed. 84 speed. EA Sports really did know that the budget beast options are going to be fantastic with the speed. Holy crap, EA. There are so many options. There are so many cheap options here for 84, 83 speed. I mean, shout out to EA Sports for that, because that's going to be absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot of options. And these cards are going to be cheap. So, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I might eventually, as we get more and more cards, do separate budget videos where I do like quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. Today I just wanted to go ahead and do this for kind of an overview of all the best players. But we're going to be breaking it down even more and expect 5 or 6, 7 videos a day once MUT 25 does come out. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.